Hey, Diane DeWald with CreativeCatCrafts.com. Welcome back to the channel, and we're going to be using this stamp in a pickle from Gina K Designs today. And this is my first time using it. I have, let's see, family relations. So my husband's brother's sister's brother who we're really good friends with. And he's an avid pickleball player. And I wanted to make him a very special birthday gift. So we're going to use this set. I've got a bunch of die pieces set out. I have a high level plan for this. So we'll see how it comes together. In addition to that set, I'm going to use the Master Layouts one, these two large rectangles. And if you do not have those, the focal point or the top layer, it's going to be 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And then the mat that goes with it is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So cardstock we're using. I like these A2 card bases I get from Cut Cardstock. It's already scored and cut to size. And then we're going to use the black Onyx from Gina K Designs line. And that is the rectangle 2, the larger of the two. I've had an inside panel. We're going to do a little fun stamping on that. And in addition, let me grab a panel. We're going to cut this down after we ink it up. And to ink it up, we're going to use grass green and fresh asparagus, all from the Gina K line. And I need to go get one more little dauber. I misplaced one between my craft cabinet in here. So let's go ahead and get this all inked up. We'll start with the lighter of the two, which is the grass green. And I recently did this for a card for my brother and sister-in-law. And we're just gonna just ink it up and smooth it around. Gina K Designs ink smooths out, so I'm hoping some of these big splotches. And I probably should have done this with blending brushes, but that's okay. I'm hoping this smooths out. So I want to get this inked up first, and then we'll start stamping and cutting all the pieces that we need to cut out. Yeah, it's really splotchy. So we're going to call this done. Let's transition that out. Let me get another foam dauber for the fresh asparagus. And we're just going to add a little bit here and there. Like I said, I kind of had a plan in place, but it's all in my head, and sometimes what's in my head does not make it down to cardstock. That's kind of heavy, but that's okay. Like I said, this cardstock ink does smooth out. So we're going to call that done and move on to the next. Let me just peel this up. I'm not going to cut it yet. I want this to smooth out and dry, but what I am going to do, because I was kind of coming off the side of that cardstock, and look, all that ink that I didn't see was there, and me and ink, I would end up with that on places I didn't want it. So I will prep and be right back. Okay, I am back, and let me just put that right there so you don't get the glare. I'm going to pull off King, Pickleball, this little ball, and this particular racket. It's such a racket. Let me pick those up. And that's just dust. And we're going to use the Memento Tuxedo black ink. I'm just going to get a little bit of impression here. And I'll be right back. Okay, I've got this all taped down, and I've got all the die pieces for these particular die cuts, and I'm just going to slide them in. Get these little pickle balls. Oh, does not want to get picked up. So those are all in, and let's ink this up, and it might take a few impressions. Yep, especially on the letters. And that handle. Not mooshing, but I'm definitely trying to get, so the king, I didn't condition these stamps. Whoop, that just picked it right up. That's nice, nicely done. Oh, that one shifted, so that's why we do multiples. And this jumped. Yep, that ghosted. So that's a shame, but the racket's good. Let's do another one of those. I should have had some minty tape down below. Nicely done. Let's just make sure. Let's do one more. And I think that's it. Oh, perfect. That is what I want. So we are done with this. And clean these stamps off. Just water in my little spritzer here. It just lifts them right off. Okay, so while I put these away, I'm going to go ahead and pause you. Okay, this panel, it's still got kind of the splotchy turf or the tennis court look. And I've got the smaller of the two rectangles for master layouts one, and I'm going to go cut those. And here we are. We have our cut panel. I think that's wonderful. So let me get this moved all out of the way and we can start assembly. And we're going to do a few things on the inside panel, and I'm going to do this landscape versus portrait. So I have the stamps all done up, and I'll put in a nice little saying in here. And let's see if we can get this. Perfect. And one more block, because nope, I'm not. I was going to do, so there's a shadow that you just line up perfectly with this. Ha ha ha. I would do that on my Misti, and we're not going to do that. So let's see. I think I'm just going to do something fun off to the side, just like that. No, no, I don't want to do that on the inside. What I am going to do this. And we're going to go ahead and glue this one down. Like I said, I had kind of an idea for this, but not really a full plan. And then ink this up. Cross your fingers, this works. I'm just going to hold this for a couple seconds. Try to get this ink in. Oh, perfect. That's what I wanted. And I'm going to pop this little guy up. Just like that. I think that's so cute. And I didn't need that because we didn't go off the side. So here's our card base. Fold into the bump. And my mat. And we're just going to glue this down. Just like this. And with the glue, I can kind of move it just a smidge. Perfect. There. Sometimes when I use dies to cut things out, there's sometimes a little bit of edging that I just take off. I think that's so cute. So Pickleball King. I'm just going to put that right there in the center. So let me get some larger foam pieces. So I can pop these right up. And so that I get these straight, I'm going to use, because that is that straight? No, that's not straight. That's straight. And then Pickleball King right there in the middle. That is not straight either. Woo! Okay. That just does not look straight. There we go. And then here's our inside, and I'll go back and I'll do a nice little saying. I'll either handwrite it or I'll go find a sentiment because there's a lot in here. I definitely need to find a happy birthday that I'll put on there, and he'll very much enjoy that. I think this is so cool. Just like that. Isn't that beautiful? I think he's gonna love this. It's simple. You got gets across Pickleball King. Thanks so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. I'll have everything I use listed down below so that if you would like to go shopping, feel free to use my links. They are affiliate. I get a very small commission for purchases using those links, and I always take the proceeds and purchase things like this beautiful in a pickle stamp set. Again, thanks a lot for joining me, and until next time, happy stamping.